Single dad janitor interrupted. Don't sign the $4.2 billion deal. What the CEO did next made them freeze. Ethan Moore had once dreamed of becoming an engineer. But after losing his wife to cancer, those dreams fell apart faster than the bills could pile up. He became a janitor at Aurelius Tech, the same multi-billion-dollar company whose skyscraper windows he cleaned every night. But to his son, Liam, he was a superhero. They lived in a small apartment, 2 rooms, 1 leaking roof, but endless laughter. Liam was 10, sharp, curious, and obsessed with computers. He often sat beside his dad in the janitorial closet, doing homework while Ethan mopped the marble floors of the corporate giants who never even looked his waypoint. One night, while waiting for his father to finish work, Liam asked if he could use an old, discarded company laptop Ethan had rescued from the trash. Ethan smiled. Sure, buddy. Just don't mess with anything important. But that night changed everything. While exploring the old files, Liam stumbled on a folder labeled Confidential Merger Preparations. Inside were emails between top executives discussing how the merger would hide illegal layoffs, offload debts to smaller investors, and secretly erase the pension funds of thousands of employees. Liam's small hands trembled as he scrolled. Dad, I think they're doing something really bad. At first, Ethan brushed it off. But when he saw the documents himself, his heart stopped. He realized this deal, the one his company was about to celebrate, would ruin the lives of people just like him. The next morning, he tried to speak to HR. They ignored him. He called the company hotline. It was disconnected. He even tried emailing the CEO herself, Claire Dawson, a woman known for her ice-cold precision and corporate ruthlessness. No reply. By the end of the week, security had started watching him. Someone had clearly noticed. That's when Ethan realized if he didn't do something now, no one ever would. So when he overheard the board was finalizing the $4.2 billion deal that morning, he made a choice. He grabbed the documents, kissed his son goodbye, and ran into the tower, heart pounding. He wasn't just a janitor anymore. He was a father on a mission to stop an empire built on lies. The CEO's hand froze mid-signature as Ethan's voice echoed through the boardroom. Security moved in immediately. Sir, you can't be here. Wait, Claire Dawson interrupted, her sharp voice slicing through the tension. Let him speak. Ethan's hands shook as he placed a folder on the table. Please, ma'am. I'm not here to cause trouble. But you're about to sign away more than money. These files, they show what's being hidden. One of the board members snorted. This is absurd. He's a janitor, for God's sake. But when Ethan opened the folder and projected the emails onto the screen, the laughter died. Screens filled with evidence, names, dates, financial transfers, secret memos from senior executives. Claire leaned forward slowly, reading line by line. The color drained from her face. She looked up, eyes narrowing. Who gave you these? Ethan's voice broke. My son found them. On an old company laptop. He's 10. He didn't understand what he was seeing. But I did. Gasps filled the room. Whispers turned to murmurs. Some of the board members began backing toward the door. If you sign that deal, Ethan continued, you'll bury every working man and woman who trusted this company. You'll destroy families, people like mine. Claire sat motionless, caught between loyalty to her empire and the truth staring her in the face. Then she saw something in Ethan's eyes, something she hadn't seen in years. Integrity. She stood up. Everyone out. Now. Executives hesitated, then obeyed. Only Claire and Ethan remained in the silent room. She turned to him, voice low. Do you realize what you've done? You could lose your job. Your son's safety. Ethan smiled weakly. I'd rather lose everything than teach my boy that staying silent is easier than doing what's right. There was a long pause. Then Claire slowly tore the contract in half. Ethan blinked, shocked. She walked toward the window, tears in her eyes. I built this company to make lives better. Somewhere along the line, I lost sight of that. Thank you for reminding me. By the end of that week, several corrupt executives were fired. Investigations began. The merger collapsed, but so did the lies. A few days later, Ethan received a letter. It wasn't a termination notice. It was an offer, a full scholarship for Liam, and a new position for Ethan, head of ethics and compliance at Aurelius Tech. He wept quietly as he read it to his son. Liam smiled. Guess you're not just a janitor anymore, Dad. Ethan laughed softly, holding his boy close. No, buddy. I'm not. But I'll always clean up what's dirty, one way or another. Sometimes, heroes don't wear suits or hold titles, sometimes, they hold mops, and raise children who believe in doing what's right, because the greatest power in the world is the courage to speak up when everyone else stays silent.